Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday out there. We are at the end of October, our last Tuesday for the month. Welcome to Take Two Tuesday here. What is the date? I'm losing track of the date. October 28th. Who is here? I see we've got a few people in our chat. Welcome. See Jeffrey's here, and Sandy and Michelle and Phyllis. Welcome to you. And there's Veer and Shelby and Rochelle. Awesome. Welcome, all of you guys. Looking forward to having some fun today. We are going to look at some dies from, gosh, I don't even know. I did the slides yesterday, but I forgot the time frame, but they're about 3 or 4 years old. Yes, Norma, go Dodgers. If you stayed up to watch that, I am proud of you. I did not make it. I think it was the 10th inning and it was tied, and I thought the Dodgers were going to win earlier. And then I looked at the highlights today and it went like 18 innings, 6 hours. Woof. So if you're a baseball fan, you were up late last night, but we're happy the Dodgers won. If you don't care about sports, I'm sorry, but I do like sports. But actually, while most of the Dodger game was going on, I was actually watching football. So I had to split between football and baseball. But anyway, we don't talk about sports normally here on Take Two Tuesday. What we do, first off, my name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life in Orange County, California, Southern California area. We are a card making, die making, stamp making, all that stuff you need to make your own cards. That's what we do here at the Stamps of Life. So we sell all of those items on the Stamps of Life website. And we've been in business since 2009, my wife, Stephanie, and myself. Usually you'll see Stephanie in front of the screen, but this is my once a week big appearance here. So what we do is on Take Two Tuesday, we go back in time and we look at some items that we have here at the Stamps of Life that are maybe items you haven't seen yet, because maybe you're new to us. And these are a little bit older items. So this is our second look at them and kind of a reminder. And then for those of you who have these items already, that is definitely the point, is to remind you that you want to use these items. A lot of our old things from the past work with our new things from today. So that is great. So anyway, that's what we do. We review the products. I'll die cut a little bit, maybe piece together part of a card and give you some ideas. I'll show you some card samples here. We'll play a game today. We're going to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire today. That will be fun. I don't really have fun facts, but I have something kind of Halloween related. We got Halloween on Friday, or Fall Fest, whatever you want to call it. So that will be Friday. And then we are also, I think that runs down everything. At the end, we'll do our good news segment. If you have a Bible, you could use a real Bible or a phone or a tablet or on your computer. We're going to read Psalm 51. We'll pull out one verse from there, but overall, we'll kind of discuss it a little bit. And that is a psalm written by David when he had, well, we'll talk about it when we get there later. So that is at the end. So save that for the end. But what's real important is I see a lot of you jumping in on the chat. That makes it more fun. So make sure you do. If you chat with each other, great. If you ask a question and I'm not able to answer it, maybe I don't see it because like I'm kind of all over the place. I can see the chat right here, but I missed some things. Just repost it again and I'll try my best to answer any questions you have. But especially like when we're doing games or questions that I ask you, please jump in. Don't be shy. We want to hear from all of you. It's fun to hear what you have to say. So our icebreaker question today, I think I had posted this earlier on Facebook too. We have a Facebook channel there. Thinking of Halloween, what would you choose? And you have to answer in the chat, okay? Now, if you're watching later, you can, in the comment section below, any of our questions, you can answer down below. What would you choose? Would you go for chocolate candies or kind of the fruity, sugary kind of candies? What would be your choice? So thinking either Hershey's bar, Milky Way bars, that's chocolate, or on the other side, like Skittles or Starburst or something like that. What is your favorite when it comes to Halloween candy? I'm definitely going for chocolate. I am definitely going for chocolate. I don't know if this is a good thing, but probably, unfortunately, I can just like eat about an endless amount of chocolate. But when it comes to like sugary things, I like them a little bit, but the fruity things, I do have a limit. I do have a limit. But when it comes to junky chocolate food, I can eat a lot. All right, so make sure you answer in the chat. And let's see, it looks like a lot of people are going for chocolate. So let's see, Bonnie is saying she's going for chocolate. Karen, got to have chocolate. Desiree, chocolate. Rochelle, chocolate. And Teresa says chocolate peppermint patties. Yeah, that's like a dark chocolate, right? Sandy says cookies. Ooh, that's a good alternative. Jennifer is going chocolate, and Bobby is going chocolate. Everybody loves chocolate here. You guys came to the right place. You guys came to the right. If I could give you a piece of chocolate candy, I would do that right now. Like if I could just hand it through the camera. All right. So that kind of gets us going here. Let's have some fun. First off, I want to let you know we have a new Fold-it Club shipment that I got them all out in the mail yesterday. Okay, right? They were officially released last Thursday night during Stephanie's Crafting Corner, but we have a new Fold-it, and that is available for you on our website. Let me find my little extra. They call it media. Oh, I have these cool sounds now here too. They've added this to our system. So let's see if you can hear these. This is a applause. Let me know if you heard these things, because I can hear them here on my side. I'm wondering if you can hear them. It's set up to do that. Applause. Heartbeat. Gong. Bounce. I think that's like boing. Oh, you won't hear this one. Siren. How about that? Pretty fancy, huh? Whoa. And there are more, and you can even add some if you want. Huh. Could you hear those? Did they come through? Yes, you can hear them all. How exciting, huh? So when I mess up, you're going to definitely hear that gong. We're going to do that. All right, let me show you the new Fold-it here. Let me get rid of some stuff real quick. Switch this around. So you see my name down there. And if you see that QR code, which way is it? This way, up here at the top. If you are new to the Stamps of Life, all you have to do is you take your phone on the camera and aim it at that, and it will give you a little button to click to go to the Stamps of Life website. So if you want to find us, that's a super easy way to do. Use that I always do it backwards, QR code, and then you see up there is Take Two Tuesday, it says. So we have all that. So this is the new Fold-it. I think I have a slide for this. Yep. So our new Fold-it Club, it just came out. You can sign up for it. If you join the club, you get this really nice die set. It's kind of like a banner, layers. It's really nice. It's valued at $26.99. You get it for free as a welcome gift for joining the club. And once you're in the club, you get club discount on the Stamps of Life website, which is 15% off every day off all of your purchases anytime you shop, even on our flash sale items. So you get the flash sale price, and then you get another 15% off, and you start earning club points. So it really pays to be in the club. So if you think you really want to get into card making, and this one is great for Christmas card making, this might be the time for you to join up. You can do that on the Stamps of Life website. Up at the top, there's a tab that says join the club. Click that, and it tells you about all our different club options. The one I'm showing you today, the Fold-it Club. So let's take a look. All right, here we go. First off, you are going to get your stencils, and there's a big pine cone. I think you can see that. That's a large pine cone stencil there. And then you get this cool one with the little stems, the little branches, I guess you would call it. So you can decorate and make some nice backgrounds. I didn't bring any samples today to show you. I wish I would have brought some samples. And there's the Fold-it you get. We're actually going to make a Fold-it today. So I'm going to show you, not using this, but one of our Fold-its from the past. I'm going to show you how easy it is to make a Fold-it today. So that will give you an insight to what we're talking about, the Fold-it Club. You get a postcard, and there are some ideas on this one. So there's a couple there, or one there, and a couple other ones here. So you can use a Fold-it as just a standalone card, and you can also layer it on like a 5x7 or a 4x6 card and add a little extra to that. You can also use them on scrapbook pages, or if you want to decorate like a bulletin board, or you just want to make something crafty fun around the house, this would work for that. So cards and more. And then we have the add-on option. If you want to get the stamps, then you can see those. You can get the stamps added. So they kind of coordinate. They're going to have sayings that coordinate with the Fold It. And you see a lot of wintry, fall related, cozy, warm wishes, all that kind of stuff that will coordinate with the new Fold It Club. So you have the option, you can get these 3 items. That's just doing just the plain Fold It Club. And then you can add the stamps if you want. That's an additional option. Up to you. Okay, all that info is on the Stamps of Life website. Let's see what else. There are some new items on the website. Some of them might be getting low, but let's take a look. I sent a bunch of extra embellishments. If you had ordered the what was it, the Halloween Vibes kit, we added some extra items. We found some, well, we didn't find, there were some, we had extra inventory of the embellishments and also the paper pads. So let me show you that real quick. So this is what our website looks like if you do there. So all the items are on the website there. You can see them. I see the Santa is sold out, but anyhow, there's the Halloween Vibes paper pad, which is really nice. And then there's some of the extra embellishments that we just added. There are some slate items here, and then the Merlot color, which coordinates, and the Halloween Vibe stickers. I'm surprised those are still there. Those are pretty nice. You can see the bows are out of stock, and the seam binding is getting low. And then we have our new color there too. So that's all on the website. If you want to check it out, you can stop by there, thestampsoflife.com. And whoops, so I didn't change I was talking about that. So let's see, this was our website. We did that. What else is going on? So I showed you, the Holiday Vibes kit will also be, it was sold out for a little bit, but we did make some more and we sent those up to our warehouse. So those are on the website. If you, again, want an easy, fun way to make Christmas cards, this kit is really nice. So you might like that too. And then this new color, the lipstick, coordinates with that. Then what else do we have? This week, Thursday, Stephanie will be doing a crafting corner. If you've never watched that before, Stephanie, live streams on YouTube and Facebook and usually Instagram. That will be Thursday. Oh, and we added Twitch. I don't know if anybody's on Twitch. Let me know if you're on Twitch, if you are a gamer or you hang out on Twitch. We're trying it just to add another option to send out our video too. But we will be live streaming on Thursday for Stephanie's Crafting Corner. Stephanie will make a card. What she'll use, I don't know. This last week, she made something with the Pinecone Fold-it. So if you want to look at last week's Crafting Corner, you can see when she makes the Pinecone card. And then this week will be a surprise. I don't know what's coming up. But the very next day, Friday, new items will be on the website. And then Saturday, our new Stamp and Die Hard Club collection will come out. So that is a lot to look forward to. Thursday night, they'll save the date, tell a friend on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. All right, so I think I covered all of that. Let's see how we're doing here. Everybody's having fun in the Hi Gloria, 2 Glorias in a row. Gloria in Wisconsin and Gloria Wheeler. I think she's Southern California, right? And Laura Lee is here. Debbie, great. Welcome, everybody. What's going on? I saw prayers. Thank you. Oh, Bonnie's not doing well. Bonnie, I will definitely write you down and keep us updated on how you're doing. We want you to be feeling better. So let me write that down. All right. Anytime you guys need prayer, if you add it in the chat or again, later at a later time, if you want to in the comment section below, we'll be glad to pray for you. We all do that for each other around here. We like to ask God for help. It's important that we do that. All right. Let's see. So we are on to crafting. Our first item is this one here. It is called the Cross Flip-It card die set. And let me find the information for that. Should be here. And it is from what is March of 2022. So this one's about 3.5 years old. And get this nice collection here, the Cross Flip-It. It makes an A2 size card. I'm going to show you how easy it is to do. It comes with, let's see, let me check over here on the website. And I'll let you see the website as well. It comes with, oh, it doesn't tell us the die count. Huh. Let's see if we can figure it out. So it comes with 1, 2, no, I think that's already there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 5 dies. 5 dies, I believe. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. I think it's 5. Well, let me get rid of that QR code too, so I will show up there a little bit. Whoop, that QR code's right on my face. That's weird. Give me 1 second. Whoops. Get rid of that. Okay, so the die set, 5 dies, at least what I count. Maybe when I open it up, we'll double check. Makes an A2 size card. And here's some of the card samples from the website. You can use it all times of the year. All times of the year. There's a Christmas themed one. That kind of looks wedding day, it says. Just pray. Just a reminder to do that. Christmas wishes. Trust. That kind of looks Eastery, right? That definitely looks like a springtime. So all kinds of different ways you can use this. And then Jesus, it says on there. Cross reminds us of Jesus and what he's done for us. And that is on the cover of the card set. Okay, let me go ahead and I'm going to open these up. And before I do that, let me show you my samples that I have. Samples that I have here. And I have some good ones. These might all be the ones from the website, but they're kind of fun to see in person too. So let's check them out. Let's check them out. Again, this is the Stamps of Life Cross Flip It. Makes an A2 size card from March of 2022. I bet some of you have it, and you have left it down there at the bottom of your pile, your stash of dies and card making stuff, and now it's time to break it out and use it again. So here we go. Christmas wishes. You just get some red and green, and you're off Christmas style. Nice. Opens up just like that. See how that works? You have room. You can add a little stamp there. Little message on the inside. Looks nice. And this was the one that was on the cover of our item. Does that one open? Is that stuff down there? It goes. Opens up just like that. If you're not familiar with flip-its, usually the large part is 1 die and then 2 panels. And that makes up most of your card. This already has the shape, the cross shape in the center. You can decorate it and add some layers to it if you like. Here, what says Jesus is the reason for the season. Great, joy, nice. Got some of our, I think that's nativity to stamp on there. Fun. Here's that wedding day on your wedding day. Nice and bright and pretty colors. Good. Oops, I did lose something down here. Let's see if we can get that back. And God's grace, nice. So simple. Little background. Flip It cards, you guys, if you haven't used one yet, super easy. So here our designer just used the cross from the center of the Flip It and added it to the front of an A2 size card. There's nice sparklies, glitter there on the center. And now we're kind of going for some spring looks here. Our spring, maybe thinking Easter. A couple more. And Child of God, it says right there in the middle. Nice one. And our last one is definitely Easter because it's got the Easter statement on there. And it says happy and then Easter right there. See that? Whoops, wrong way. Backwards. Easter. That die is from our Easter statement. It's got that nice big Easter die, and it comes with some phrases that go with it. So that is fun. I like all of these card ideas, and it gives you a good idea of the different variety of things that you can do with it. So many ways that you can use it. Let's see. Yes, Michelle says she loves Flip-its. Great. Awesome. There were some beautiful samples in there, huh? Let's see. All right, time for us to go ahead and see. Let's do some die cutting ourselves. And I'm going to switch up cameras so you can see my little work area. There we go. If you are new to paper crafting or card making, this is a die cutting machine. And you think it would be all sharp or crazy or, cutting scissors. Nope. Basically, this machine, you roll the paper through with a metal die sitting on top of the paper, and this machine just presses that die down so hard that it will cut through the paper for you. So you don't have to measure or cut with scissors or anything like that. Your die machine here will do all the work for you. So it's just pressure. This is a manual machine, which most of us use, but they do also have electric machines. There are lots of different options, larger sizes, smaller sizes. But in order to make a card base like this, unless you had a friend who had a machine, you would need a machine like this as well for yourself. But they're very durable. They last a long time. So if you were to invest in one, you'd get a lot. It would really go, would work for you for a long, long time. So here's the one die, our main big die that we're going to use for the card base. Then these two dies will make the panels. So let me show you what I mean. So here's the large, and they just fit in there. They kind of fill in those blank spaces of your card. So it makes it really easy. 3 dies are basically going to do the work. And I learned something here. This cross, there is a separate cross in the center, large, for decorating or layering. So there are 3 here, and those 3. So I had said before a total of 5 dies. There are actually 6. Okay, 6 dies in this set. So let's go ahead and take this large die. We're going to run it through our machine first. And again, if this is something that's new to you, these are our cutting platforms. They're just kind of plasticky. We're going to have one on the bottom, one on the top, and in between goes the cardstock, the paper, and the die. Kind of making think of it kind of like a sandwich, right? Like some kind of layered sandwich. Think of it that way. That might help you visualize what we're doing. I'm going to pick out some of my colors here, see what we want to do. Give me 1 second. We're just going to do white for our base of our card. And I'm trying to come up with some good ideas. That would work and that would work. Let's see. Pick a couple different colors here. And we'll probably do our cross like with this here in the center. And then that could be a panel. And what else? We need one more color to give it a little bit different. So let's try this mix here. Get you a little more light on this. And give me 1 second. A little darker than I want it to be. Ooh, come on. Oh, is that working? There we go. All right, so there will be our colors. Again, this will be the color of the card base, white. You can pick any colors you want. It's up to it's your choice. Again, remember our samples that we saw? We had all kinds of different backgrounds in. It could be darker colors like these ones here, or you can go with lighter colors too. There's no right way or wrong way. It's up to you. But this is what we are working towards. Mine will not be this fancy. I'm not this skilled or talented as our design team, but at least we'll get the base of the card put together. All right, so here is the one die that we're going to start off with, our card base. I have the plate, cardstock. You take this and the blades, this which is just a little ridge, they go down. They're not sharp or anything. Lay that down, add another plate on top, and then you're just going to run this through the machine. Really, if I line it up, it'll be nice and smooth and easy. If I have it misaligned, you'll hear all this squeaking and squealing and weird stuff, and it'll be hard to run it through the machine, but that was nice. I had it just right. So let's see what we created here. I'm going to go ahead and move this sheet out of the way. And there's our card base, and it has cut the card for us, again, A2 size, and it has also scored it for us, which has created a folding line, but not a line that we wanted cut. So that's perfect. So you take your fold it in half, just like that. And then you're going to go just back the other way. Boom, right there you have the base of your card. Now it's looking kind of plain, right? You could get away with just a white card. I mean, you know, it wouldn't be that fancy. Somebody who got it might be kind of disappointed in your card making skills, but you have the card right there. But let's go ahead and add in the panels, and we'll fill in the cross and decorate a little bit. So I chose those colors here, and we can run this through with the panels that I had picked out. What did I do with my panels? Oh, they're off to the side. I started to get in the habit of having this little dish on the side to save things, but if I don't put my items there in the dish, well, it doesn't help out that much. So let's see, we're gonna go, we'll run both of these through at different same time here. Save ourselves a little bit of time. And I think there's just enough cardstock there. Yes, perfect. All right, same thing we ran through this way. Now we're going to go back the other way, and we're going to get the panels. Ooh, I think that's going to be just on there. I almost got to the edge of my cardstock, which would be a no-no. You don't want the die to go off the edge. Just now that time, you see I wasn't lined up quite a lot. So what's happening when you hear that squeaking, this side of the plate is rubbing against the machine, which is not the end of the world, but it makes a loud noise like that. So sorry about that. Right, here we go. So I have my panels. I have my panels there, and I have this one. So we have a small and a large. Hopefully I cut those the correct way. Who knows? I wasn't paying attention. So let's just eyeball this real quick. So this one is going to fit on here. Good. And then this one is going to get added to right here. All right, so we just have to get some adhesive, and it'll be smart for me to get some, make sure I don't get any adhesive on my machine. I'm going to move all that off to the side and keep my dies. I'm going to add them to my little container over here. And let's see, we've got that. And we're just going to add a little bit of adhesive onto this. That will be our one side of our panel. So we take this and add it just right here. And I just put a tiny bit of adhesive, but you'll always want to add quite a lot because you want to make sure your card stays together. And you also have options of glue. I'm using like an adhesive tape here. Your choice, your option. And you're just going to really press that down. You want to make sure it stays together. Boom, we're looking good so far. And now we're going to add this other here. Oh, I have a question for you guys. When was the last time you dressed up for Halloween? When was the last time you dressed up for Halloween? Now, for myself, I was thinking it's been a long time. I don't think I ever dressed up, even in high school. It might have been junior high was maybe like the last time I was dressed up. I haven't been to any adult parties that I can remember where I dressed up in a costume or anything. So when was the last time you dressed up for Halloween? Can you remember? Was it when you were a kid? Was it just last Halloween? Maybe you went to a Halloween party, but let me know in the chat. When was the last time you dressed up for Halloween? Now, right after we add the cross here to the center, which this looks nice so far, we're going to go ahead and do our Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game. We've played that before. I think one time we did. We hit the million. We worked together, and then usually we get about halfway through and we get one wrong. So I'm going to need your help with that game. Okay, that's coming up. Now we're going to use our glitter paper, and we need that cross. Ooh, what did I do with that cross die? Where are they? Cross die, where did you go? Where? Woo. Oh, there it is. There it is. Now, which one do we want? Which one do we want? I think this one will layer on there just right. Yeah, we're going to use this one. Okay, same idea. Now we're just going to go back the other direction. We're doing just a cross here on the center. And we're going to run that through. I think I have it lined up correctly this time. Good. So when was the last time you dressed up for Halloween? Some kind of costume. When was the last time? Was it high school? Maybe in college? Maybe to an adult party? Or was it like me, probably going back to junior high or maybe elementary? Who knows? It's been a long time for me since I dressed up. Well, I put my scratch paper down and I don't want to lose that. So let's go ahead and we're going to put our die, our loose die back over there. Add some adhesive to this and we'll be done at least with the part we're going to do. You could, of course, stamp, add sentiments, flowers, decorate, make your card look really pretty. But I'm just showing you right now the ease of using a flip it, especially if you're not familiar to it. So again, our flip it, I just made the cross here. We're going to add this to the center. And that looks like it layers really nice there. And I'm just going to take a little bone folding tool here. Just kind of, Stephanie would say burnish it or really press that down so it really holds together. And let's see what we have. So there is my version. Simple. We actually 1, 2, 3 for the base we used, and then 1 to decorate the cross there. So that easy. You add some ribbon, some pretties, get your sentiments in there. You have some nice space to write on. If you have a favorite Bible verse, you could add that to the side there. And on the back, we have options where you can make personalized stamps, but super easy. The Stamps of Life, cross, flip it, from March of 2022. This is one of those great ones where you can make a lot of cards really, really fast. Lots of cards, and you can make them fast. Not difficult, but look at all those great different options that you have. All right, I hope you like that one. Let's go play our game right now. I'll check in the chat before we do that, but that is our first item. Whoops, one of my computers is trying to shut down here. Let's see our parties here. Let me get back on the screen. All right, there I am. So let's see. Some of these answers are good. So Rochelle, the die name is down there in the corner, the cross flip it. Whoops, on that side. I cannot figure out how to locate where I am. So if you are there, cross flip it. I can't figure out how to locate where I am. Now I know how Stephanie has a hard time figuring this out. So the cross flip it. And let's see. So Barbara said last year she dressed up. Diane said she just did it this past Saturday night. How about that? Gloria says about 10 years ago. And Ruth Debbie said last year. Janet says too long ago to remember. That's me. Yeah, I'm with that LOL. Teresa says really long time ago. And Dawn says never. No, she never participated. And Jennifer said about 10 years ago. Shelby about 3 or 4 years ago. And Michelle says when my son was a baby about 22 years ago. And Susan says about 45 years ago in my 20s. Yep. And let's see. Karen says when my boys were young, a long time ago. And Shelly said 3 years ago. Good morning from Melissa, or to Melissa. She's in Florida on vacation. Great. Bobby says so long ago I can't remember. Yes. And Shelly says, when it was our girls' night, I guess I'd bowl in my costume. That's a good one, bowling night. All right. So that is fun. Let's move on. Oh, let's game time. Let me get that lined up, set up. So real important for you to jump in the chat now. I see some of you are, and that's great. We appreciate that so much. But this is the part where I really need help because we don't want to be like, losers and like get 1 or 2 of the baby questions right at the beginning. We want to see how far we can get on this. So I'm going to share a screen with you. It's online. I think it'll have sound. Hopefully I've skipped all the commercials, but Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? If you're familiar with that, they'll ask us a question. They usually get harder and harder. There are some options where we can get 50-50, like if we need help with one, but you answer in the chat and see how far we can get with this. All right. I think we can do it. We can have some fun here. So there's that. And I'm going to share that with you. Share a screen. Who wants to be a millionaire? We want to be a millionaire. Are we really playing for real millions of dollars? No. So if we win, don't say, hey, Ken, where is my cut of what we won today? Whoops. No, I'm messing things up here. Sorry. Give me 1 second. I didn't sign in. Oh, that should work. Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get signed in here. All right, now we are signed in. Good. Am I sharing this? Do you see what I see? Yeah, good. Here we go. Play. Let me make it so I can see your comments. Which of these is a traditional Christmas pastry? Which of these is a traditional Christmas pastry? Mince pie, mince cake, mince muffin, or mince cronut? I never even heard of it. What is that first one? What one of these is a Christmas pastry? I think it's mince pie, right? What exactly do they mince and put in a mince pie? Is it meat? Can somebody tell me that? A, right? We're A. But is mince, does that mean it's like meat in a pie? Somebody tell me. Maybe it's good. I don't know what the mince is. Mince pie. Let's go with that. Good. Question number 2. What is mixed with vodka to make a Bloody Mary? Does anybody know their alcohol drinks? What is mixed with vodka to make a Bloody Mary? I think it's orange juice, right? No, it's not orange juice. It's tomato. Bloody tomato. Ooh. Is it tomato? Just want to make sure before I hit it. Is it tomato? Tomato. Tomato. Okay, we're going tomato, guys. Somebody's got to tell me what is in mince pie. What name is given to the projecting part of the face of a doll? What comes out is the muggle, the muzzle, or the muffle. See, some of these first ones are easy. C. Question number 4. We're up to $500. Who would most likely use a scalpel in their daily work? A butcher, a plumber, a bartender, or a surgeon? Who uses a scalpel? Help me out on this one. Who uses a scalpel? Everybody make sure you answer, all right? You don't want me to get this wrong. D, surgeon? All right. Good. We're up to $1,000. Which of these best describes traditional ravioli? Stuffed pasta, tube pasta, ribbon pasta, or shell pasta? What is a ravioli? Which one of those? I think I know. And it's almost lunchtime, so it's starting to make me hungry. Today, stuff? Sylvie says yes. That's what my guess is. Ravioli. Oh, Gloria says it's D, shell pasta. Yeah, Rochelle, sometimes Facebook is broken. If you go over to YouTube, you'll get it for sure. Sometimes the stream does not always work on Facebook. Facebook has been acting weird. Nothing I can do. Stuffed pasta, yep. Somebody tried to trick me. Who was it? Gloria. Maybe she's answering. Barbara says, mince pie is a crust filled with mixture of raisins, sultanas, currants, sugar, brandy, nutmeg, and cinnamon, mince. It is not me. Thank you. Next question. For $2,000. Which city is the Bolshoi base? Oh, no. Now it gets more challenging. Which city is the Bolshoi ballet base? So I'm thinking it is Russian. Russia is Moscow and St. Petersburg. Kiev is Ukraine. Minsk is a different one. Finland or something. And then Rochelle, if you're not getting it on YouTube, maybe you refresh your screen. Search Tuesday Live. Is it Moscow? Everybody's guessing Moscow so far. You guys seem pretty confident. I'm going to go with that. Here we go. Yes, we're right. A and B were both Russian cities, so I was like, okay. 4,000. Uh-oh. Toxemia is more commonly known by what term? Toxemia, the low blood pressure, high blood pressure, low red cell count, or blood poisoning. A tricky one too. I bet one of you will know it. Toxemia. 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 Somebody help me out. Toxemia. Toxemia is blood poisoning. Is that right? All right, you guys are pretty confident. I see lots of T's. Don't get the blame for this one. I didn't know. All right, we're on our way. We're up to 8,000. Next question. What kind of food is mascarpone? Is it mascarpone? What kind of food is mascarpone? Or mascarpone? I'm not sure how you say it. Is it cured meat, natural yogurt, multigrain bread, or soft cheese? I have one in mind, but I'm going to see if you guys are thinking of the same one as me. I'm not 100% sure on this one. What kind of food is mascarpone? That's not what I was thinking, Sylvie. I could be wrong. See if anybody else knows. Nobody else? Nobody else helping us? Ruth says, got a couple yogurts, we got a couple soft cheese. I was actually thinking it's the first one, meat. We're in trouble here. Now we got a couple more D's. So we are going to Waystar. We're going to use our 50-50, okay? We're going to use our 50-50 here. Soft cheese or cured meat? You guys are saying, Janet's still going D, Susan's saying D. All right, I'm saying it's A, you guys, but you guys are outvoting me with D, so I'm going to say D. But this is not my fault. Oh, you guys are right. Good job. You saved me. You bailed me out. I would have lost right there. I really thought. What nationality was astronomer Johannes Kepler? Is he Dutch, Russian, French, or German? What nationality was astronomer Johannes Kepler? Johannes. Can't be Russian. Doesn't sound French. I'm thinking A or D. Anybody know Johannes Kepler? Where was he from? Dutch is like Holland, right? D's, everybody's going D. German, huh? Hey, I don't know about this one. I just don't know. I'll go in D. Great. Good job. Kepler, isn't that? No, that's Keebler Elves. Next question. How much are we up to? 32,000. Oh, we're going to be rich today. Who was the last wife of Henry VIII? Last wife of Henry. Ruth, we're glad we didn't guess Russian. We would have got that wrong. Even I knew it wasn't Russian, Ruth. Johannes, that's not a Russian name. Just teasing you. Who was the last wife of Henry VIII? Was it Catherine Howard, Catherine Parr, Anne of Cleves, and Boleyn? Who was the last wife of Henry VIII? Any A's so far? A, R, we got a B. I see some A's there. The A's are kind of out. I have no idea, so I'm totally trusting in you. Anybody else? 3 out of 4 of the answers are A's so far. Shelby's got B. Anna saying B. Oh, am I going to have to? I don't know how to use this phone a friend one. Not very many guesses here. Let's see how if we can use this one. I'm sorry, I don't know, but I can rule one out. It's not D. Sorry, I wish I could be more helpful. No, it's not D. Not D. Do we use our next one? Because we're not too good on this one, you guys. Not D. All right, we're going to use our next help. The crowd says it's B. B and A. This did not help us at all. That's what we were guessing. All right, we're going to go with the crowd. We could be wrong. Let's go B. Oh, that's great. For those of you who said Catherine Park, great, or B, awesome. You were A, you would have gotten wrong. The crowd bailed us out. Sad thing is, we used up all our help. We're on our own now. 4,000. ETQS is an abbreviation that applies to which of these? French wine. I'm not going to know this one either. Sports cars, computer hardware, or Italian clothing. ETQS. Does anybody know that abbreviation? EDQS. EDQS. Does anybody know? Anybody know? We're getting less and less help in the chat. This is not good. Yeah, this is D with a question mark. Not good. It only says B. We're just going to be randomly guessing here, huh? It's getting tough. I told you these are getting... I don't know how you made it to a million that one time. I really don't know. A, B. We have A, B, and D as guesses so far. So we are really... Well, they say use to guess C, but you know, okay, we got a couple A. Well, Rebecca's coming A also. Let's try. Let's just go with A. Your guess here is as good as mine because I don't know. Yes. Woo. I hope none of you Googled that. That took us a long time to get that one. No Googling. Which book of the Old Testament tells the story of Samson and Delilah? Finally, one I can get. That is the book of... I got one! Got one. Didn't have to phone a friend. I didn't have to look at that. Next question. Now it's Italian. Which of these countries does not share a border with Argentina? Does not. Which one of these does not share? I'm sure Peru and Brazil do. The question is Bolivia or Paraguay? Which one of these? Rochelle, you were right. I told you. Is it Bolivia or Paraguay? Bolivia or Paraguay? I think South America. Argentina's way down there. Brazil's big. Peru's on this side. Those two touch. Is it B or D? B or D? No idea. D. Sylvie says the question. Kellyanne did say D. I'm kind of leaning towards D also. It's B or D. So let's just try. We're just guessing. I see some D's and some E's. Could be wrong. Oh, it was Peru! Oh, I can't believe that. Bummer. I definitely didn't think it was Peru. My fault. I will take the loss on that one. Blame it all on me. Blame it all on Ken because I really was confident that Peru did touch Argentina. So now you can Google it. Go take a map, go on Google and Google a map of South America, and you'll see all the countries there. Brazil is huge on this side. Peru is on this side, and Argentina kind of goes below, but I can't believe they don't touch. I can't believe they don't touch. We're doing so good. Good try. All right, let me get rid of this. We're on to our next item. Enough goofing around. Our next item up is this one here. I remember I told you a Fold-it, the Stamps of Life House Fold-it. So this is really fun. Let me show you the card samples first. This is from May of 2021, so about 4 years ago. So sorry I messed that game up for us today. I apologize. So this is real nice. And you have some options that you can really make some cool cards with this. And so many occasions that you could use this one for. So here we go. This is the Fold-it. Let me scoot that back. It's an A2 size card. Now this is a little bit larger than an A2 because the base here, that's the A2. Our designer has added trees to the side, but isn't that fancy nice? So it does come with the trees. It comes with the house. And then, let's see, here is an A2. This is actual A2 size. And with the Fold-its, most of them, and this is one of them that does, you can have your fold be on the side. And this one has the side fold like that, opens up. Nice. And I'm going to save that. Oops. And this is just a plain old house, but look, it's not decorated yet. And I didn't make it either. I don't know how it got in this stash, but this opens up at the top. So we have the top and we have the side. So this is the Stamps of Life House Fold-it. That's all the samples I have here, but we're going to check it out on the website, okay? Let me take you over there. So here it is, and it does have a lot of dies in it. But just like with the Fold-it, 1, 2, 3 of the dies are going to do most of the work. Now, if you want to get more decorative, you want to make a fancy tree or windows or doors or chimneys, it has all the dies for those things, but those are just kind of extra. If you just want to go basic with a basic type house, it just takes a few dies, but you want to decorate it a little bit to make nice. And this would be like maybe for a get well card or welcome to the neighborhood, or we're having a party or an open house or any of those kind of occasions. Of course, you could decorate it like you can make this house in like a Christmas house, string some Christmas lights on it, or it could be like an Easter house. You put some little eggs in the front of the house with some pastel colors. There's so many different ways you could use it. So let's see. Hopefully there's more samples on the website. Yeah, I think there are. So let's check those out. And oh, now look, you guys, because I did that and because I got that, I have to use these sound effects because I got the question wrong in that last one. I get a gong. I've been waiting to use that. And then I just blacked myself out on the camera too. So double, I should be getting double gongs there. All right, let's try again. Here we go. And so on the website, you've got your main, this is from the packaging, and then you can just scroll through. There's all the dies and all kinds of different styles. All add a fence to the front, add a little birdhouse or mailbox, whatever you want that to be. There's a birdhouse for sure on the side. Tree in the back, tree in the front. That's the one that I did have here. Trees on the side, add some butterflies. Look at these different things that you can do with this one. Very, very fun. Very, very gingerbread house even. How about that? So this is on the website. This is going way back in time. This is an older video, so I am surprised that this might have been a double release item. Could it have been on HSN first and then it came to the Stamps of Life? That's possible. It doesn't say HSN here. But you get 10 dies, comes with 10 dies. And then some of the things that we talked about, you can add this die and make it into a box card. There's the fence. We do have another house set of house dies, a little bit smaller. And there's your mailbox stuff. The tree, I think we saw that in the background in one of those. So lots of house related items. That's all right underneath. Let's go ahead and open this up. And I think I had one more question for, oh yeah, this is kind of funny. And we'll come back to this. Have any of you, because we're kind of Halloween themed this week, and we're just thinking like fun Halloween stuff. If you like scary or something, that's fine. But for us here at the Stamps of Life, we're just kind of into getting candy, dressing up in some nice, fun costumes if you like. But no crazy scary stuff. But if you like that, that's for you. It's not right or wrong. It's whatever you enjoy. But my question for you is, have you ever dressed up your pet for Halloween? Have you ever dressed up your pet for Halloween? And then just for fun, here in a minute, we'll take a look at some of these funny pet costumes. But have you ever dressed up a pet for Halloween? I think our smaller dog Cookie had some outfits, but I don't remember her ever being dressed up. But let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Have you ever dressed up your pet? And I was doing like a Google search. There are like outfits for lizards and rabbits, and of course cats and dogs. I think there's ones for birds. I'm not 100% sure, but any kind of costume, any kind of animal you have, there's a way to make a costume for it. So have you ever dressed up one of your pets for Halloween? That is our question in the chat today. And let's get over to my workstation here. We're going to use that large die there. Now I did pre-cut some of the smaller pieces to save us a little bit of time. I have cut some of those out ahead of time. So you'll see I'll bring those in. But let's at least cut the base of the house here and get that going. And we're going to use white again for the background. And we can kind of layer in some different colors too. So on a fold it, so I'm going to show you how to make a fold it. You're going to take a piece of cardstock and that's what you do. You fold it, okay? Easy so far. And I would go ahead and score it, or use the bone folder on there, score it a little so you get a nice fold. You're going to take the large die, which is this one. And you remember how we said we can go top, which we're going to do top this time. Or if you want to be side, your die has to go just a little bit off the edge. So your die goes just past the fold of the card. All right. Same thing here. The die has to go just past the fold of the card. Now, what happens when we do that? You see how it's going to cut here, and it will have a straight line. But we'll run this through again, and we'll fix that. We'll cover it up. Okay, so let's make the base of the card, the actual folding part of the card. Let's go ahead and run that through. And got that all lined up. Here we go. Through our machine. And again, if you are, we like to do easy cards here. Well, show you how easy they are today. Your cards can get really crazy and intricate, and just depends how much time you want to commit to them. But here on Take Two Tuesday, we're just kind of showing you the basics of how easy this is to use. Now, what did I do there? Great. So that is the fold of our card. That is the fold. Now we need to see that straight line. That's not good. So we got to fix that. So our card would be opening up like that. We're going to run the same die through that we just did. We're going to run it through one more time, but we're not going to do the fold this time. Just a straight piece of cardstock. I'm going to see. I have a little bit on here. I don't think it will fit on here. Sometimes I like to see if I can maximize. I think that just is enough. How about that? So I have this extra piece of scratch paper, and we're going to go ahead and use that to run this through. And I think that just barely fits on there. I'm going to have to make sure it doesn't move when we get this to our machine. Just, whoosh. I didn't even plan it, but it worked out just right. How about that? I don't see any gaps. Perfect. All right, so we're going to run that through again. When I lay that down, I want to be careful to make sure that die doesn't move. It looks okay. Let's try it. The worst thing that could happen is my cut's a little bit off. I could just run it through the machine again with the full sheet of cardstock. But hey, I've got this scratch paper here. Try to make your paper go as far as possible. So, you know, when it works, it works. Yeah, looks pretty nice. So what are we going to do? We're going to take this and add a little adhesive to it. Let's make sure we have this lined up correctly. I'm just going to layer right on top like that. So we put some adhesive on the back here and a little there. Easy, easy so far. And we will have the base of our house, our folded house here. All right, there we go. So we got rid of that straight line up there. That's good. House really looks like a house now. I mean, some houses do have flat roofs, but we didn't want ours to have a flat roof. I'm going to set that off to the side, and I'll put my die in my little bowl there. And let's go ahead and we're going to take this one and run it through and get some, the front. We're going to get some colors for the front of our house. Let's see where we're looking at. We're going to go for some, maybe kind of a craft color looking house. And we want to have a roof. What are we going to do for that? Well, I know I already cut out a roof for that. So let me show you. Then we're going to get some color to our house, we're going to go ahead and run this through. And I really only want the main part of the house to have this color. So I'm going to let this die go just over the edge. We could cut all this. We would end up with the beige or the craft color roof. It's fine. But we just want this main section of the house here for our card that we're making. So we're going to do that, run it through the machine, and then we'll use some pattern paper to actually get this. Whoops, now I've got that a little bit off. So I'm going to actually, I want to make sure that it's down there a little bit. Otherwise, the front of my house is not going to have enough to it. And there's going to be some extra colors that we don't want. Okay, what do we get? So this should just be a plain old box. Plain old box. And that's what it looks like. So it doesn't look like much there, huh? But let's go ahead and add it to the front of our house. And it's going to fit right in there. See how that works? Good. So let's get some adhesive on there. If I can find my adhesive. Where did you go, adhesive? There you are. Okay, whoops, take that off. This adhesive is pretty aggressive, or else this is some kind of cardstock that was sent to us as filler. It tears some of the time when the tape catches it. It must be a little bit cheaper quality. We're going to add that right on there, this way. And then we need something for our roof. If we wanted to have a white roof, we could. Oh, I didn't line that up very good, so let's make sure we line that up. All right, that's better. And I took some pattern paper yesterday. I'll show you what I used. This I did do ahead of time to save us some time. So I had this pattern paper, and I went ahead and I just used this same die that we just used, but this time I just cut the roof. So that will line up with our roof. Add that to here. And the patterns paper really kind of gives a nice look to the house, breaks it up a little bit when you mix and match some solids with patterns. You can have a bunch of different patterns on your house. I mean, I guess you could, but it might like to look a little bit wild after a bit. So that will layer right on the top. Good, good, good. All right, there is our house so far. Now we just need, what are we going to add? Let's add like maybe a door or window or something like that. Again, we're opening up at the top, opening up at the top. You could use any type of pattern paper that you have. Anything extra would work. You wanted to go with more light color, I could have used something like that for the roof, or probably the cats wouldn't work, but it could have had a pink roof. Cupcake would kind of work. Cats, no. House with sprinkles on top. That would have been cool. So anything you have, any pattern paper will work, just to your personal preference. Anything you like. So yesterday, again, I made the door. And what else? Oh, when I cut this roof, I want to show you, I think I am a step off. Let me see if I can find this. No, it's not that one. No, I guess I did do that. Okay. So that's that. Let's add the roof, or we've got the windows. We got windows here. I do have that. I have some windows. Not sure if this is going to look nice or not here because I already have this checkered. What do you think? Nah, that doesn't look too good. So we'll leave that off. I'm not sure if this will look good either for the windows. Yeah, that will look good. So we'll do one window there, a door, and we wanted another color. I'll show you the different options. So we can have a background behind it. Actually, since these are the same, let's do it this way. Now, I would normally do my own card this way, but I'm going to show you. You could do a window just like that. You'll have your door there. I think it would be nice if your door was a little bit up in the air and you had a tiny bit of grass. We're not going to add that, but that way your door can be a little bit higher, look a little bit more proportional to your house. The farther you put it down, it's going to make that area look a little bit out of balance. So that's what I would recommend, something down there at the bottom. Let's see if any of our designers did that. Yeah. So this one on this house, it does have a little border down there at the bottom, and I would have put the door up above. But this is a beautiful card. I'm not critiquing them. I'm just saying that's how I would have done it. And then look, on this one, it's more like a 2-story house, which looks really good. So you could add a lot of windows there if you wanted. If you have that door down at the bottom, you definitely could add a lot of windows, and that looks nice too. I didn't think about that, how making a 2-story house. It doesn't have to be a 1-story house. All right, let's get the adhesive on here. Now this will be a little tricky, so I definitely need some scratch paper on this one. Get this right. We'll do our door first. That'll be easy. I did have some dots yesterday, but I think they got vacuumed up. So if I did a black door yesterday, and I also did a red door. We're using the red door right now, but I could have, if I would have saved it, there was a dot. You see right there? That was black from this one. And if I would have saved that, that would have been my door handle. I could add that right in there. That would have looked nice. We're going to add that here. So it's got let's go a little bit higher, how we were talking about. Again, I'm only doing this a little bit higher because I would expect to put something at the bottom. Otherwise, I wouldn't really want my door floating up there like that. Yeah, a little bit here. So here is a window with just using the color of the house. Is kind of what you're seeing through it. And we really want to press that down. And then this option, we'll go ahead and give it a little bit of background. So we'll add this first. This will be like the light into the house. That's at least what I am thinking. Add that, and we'll put a little adhesive on there. And we're just about done here. Oh, and just for fun, since we were talking about have you ever decorated or dressed your pet, we'll look at some fun examples of that. Okay, we're going to do that first. Really not fun facts, but just something fun and silly to look at. So there is kind of the background to my window, and we need the frame. And again, we probably wouldn't do different colors on a normal house, but I'm just trying to show you some different options, some different things you could do. All right, so there we are. And just for fun, let me see if I can find a straight piece of grass here. Something that might look like grass. That would work. Oh, that's almost the right size too. So let's see if I can get that about. I'm just hand cutting here. I don't recommend this. This is probably a mistake for me to try to do this, but we'll see if it works out or not. So again, my idea was you would want to have some kind of grass there down at the bottom. So that's what I was thinking. Give it a little extra border there. You could have thicker grass. You could have real shaped grass. Just pretend this is like fake imitation grass. You know, have you ever seen that stuff where it looks green, but it's like matted down really flat, and in places where there's water shortages, they make you have this in your yard. You can't have real grass. There it is. Stamps of Life. folded with crooked windows, but you get the idea. Decorate your house, make it fun, make it more fancy like our designers, or just go basic like Ken did it here. Up to you. This is like a great welcome to the neighborhood card, or get well card, or I was thinking of you, thank you card, anything. You could do all kinds of fun stuff with that. All right, I hope you like that. Stamps of Life, House Folded from May of 2021. Oh, I hear some music. Sorry. Hopefully you can't hear that. A video is playing here that was not supposed to play. A video that was playing that was not supposed to play. All right, so that was fun. Let's see who has dressed up their animals. Oh gosh, some of you are guilty here. So let's see. I see a lot of no's. And let's see. Sylvie says no, she cannot exactly dress up a bird. I think that would be hard to do. I do think that would be hard to do. I think maybe those photos that I've seen with birds with costumes on are like Photoshop. I love the hula says, yes, I love to dress up my cats. Sandy says, yes, but nothing crazy. Yes, Colleen dresses up her little dog like Spider-Man. Cool. Yes, I do. Michelle says, but they really don't like it. Yeah, I think they just put up with it, but they're like, oh, what is going on here? Sandy says, I saw costumes for guinea pigs. Yes, that's right. I don't know if a guinea pig would actually wear it, but you could try. Barbara says, yes, our dogs. Don says, nope. Let's see. Yes, Teresa, when we had our Maltese, yeah, we had Cookie was a Maltese, and we had some sweaters for her. I don't think she was anything for Halloween. Not that I can remember. We dressed Faux as a skeleton. And Rex as a pumpkin. Those are good ones. And Rochelle says, yes, a witch. And she was a black kitty. A black cat dressed as a witch. That's what Rochelle said. Yes, good. Awesome. And good. All right. That catches us up. Now, Sandy Beach says her black pug was Darth Vader. There you go. All right, I think we wrapped up. Oh, I was going to show you. I got to make sure I show you this fun stuff. So if you are really looking just for some laughs, I did this. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're talking about animals getting dressed up. So what did I typed in on my search? I did pet and then Halloween costumes. So let's see what we got here. Pet and Halloween costumes. So let me show you what is going on here. If you need some Halloween ideas, here you go. All right. So there are our pet costumes according to Google. And so yeah, you could dress your dog there. And see, now some of these are Photoshopped. Like when they had that big shadow in there, these animals are not really wearing these things. But like this one, that looks really real to me. He's wearing a werewolf. Is that awesome or what? Spider-Man, a taco, little devil. Ooh, a teddy bear. Our dog Honey Bear could be that one. Let's scroll down. Oh, outlaw country singer. Ooh, there's a spider on his back. A hot dog, get it? So you have all these. Oh, I like this one too. How about that? Tell me your favorite. If you see one of these that you like. I like that panda dog right there. Does that look cool or what? The panda dog. Now this cat one, if you're a cat person, these kind of cats scare me a little bit. The ones with no hair. So you can have a princess cat. That kind of makes sense. What else? Oh, yeah, the dog that went to jail. That's good. That's good. Chicken dog. What is that? Batman and Robin. There's Robin. See here. Let's see. Oh no. A dragon dog. Is that a shark? Oh, he's a shark. And there's a shark with Woody's riding on his back. Bat dog to go with Robin. So if you have two of them, you can do that. Have any of you ever bought any of these costumes? Turn your dog into a banana. Wizard of Oz. Avocado costume, somebody says there in the chat. Bees. How about that? Wow, it's all dog. Where are the other animals? Oh, that's a cool one. post office dog. So there are a lot of options there. They're starting to repeat. We've seen some of these. Granny dog. Poor dogs. Look at these poor dogs. But to be real, I think half of these are Photoshopped. The dogs are not actually wearing these. So don't think you can just go out and get your dog to actually wear these. It might not work out so well. But if you want to give it a try, let's see if they have any. So I said pet Halloween costume. Let's see. Oh, let's see if there's any for lizard. Oh, see, you can even dress up your lizard. You can make your lizard into a hot dog or a cowboy, a wizard. So good luck trying to do that. But if you have a reptile, you can try to decorate him. Reptile with an alien on his back. So just about anything you could imagine, you could do it. Let's see, just for fun. I don't think there really are bird outfits. These have to be Photoshopped because I don't think any bird is going to put up with this. Ah, look at that one. That bird has a bee outfit on. That might be legit. That might be. I think that's the only one that they're daring enough to show us. Are there any other birds wearing a costume? Now, look at that cat. That cat is really not happy about that. That cat is not happy. See, the dogs, they'll just do it. But the cat is not happy. I know, Don, I don't know how you do it. But that, look, maybe if there are lizards hibernating, you could, oh, there's one. My grandparents used to have a cockatiel. But you could tell that is Photoshopped. That bird is not really wearing that because he would just take it and just peck it off. So see, some of this is just Photoshopped. But that bee one, that could be real. I don't know how they would do it, but it could be. There's not much for birds. Back to dogs. So anyway, if you want to try to have some fun or look for some funny outfits, just about anything you could imagine, I'm sure you can find it on the internet. And yeah, so there you go. All right, enough of that. We didn't really have fun facts today, but we had fun costumes. So there you go. What else? Okay, we are done with our dies and our take two. We're going to do our good news segment now. So if you have a Bible with you want to open up to Psalm 51, and we're specifically looking at verse 10. Okay, verse 10. And let me switch some things around here and get rid of all this stuff. Psalm 51, verse 10. And again, we do this for fun. I hope you guys will always stick around. And the main reason we're doing this is because we're opening up God's word. We believe the Bible is God's word. Jesus said it was. And if Jesus said that this is the word of God, that should be enough for us. Okay. But the point is we want to hear from God. And the primary way we can do that is by reading our Bible. So that's the main thing we do it. And we usually pick out a verse or a couple of verses or maybe a short passage. We've gone through books of the Bible, but we just kind of been bouncing around lately. And so this time we are in Psalm 51, and the whole psalm is really good, but it's about David. And if you are familiar with the life of David, maybe you've been watching that Amazon series, and it probably hasn't got to that point yet, but David, the Bible says, was a man after God's own heart, which is great. You would think, right? A man after God's own heart. That sounds great. But you know what? Just like us, David had lots of ups and downs, times when he was really connected to God. When you read some of the things he wrote, amazing, or some of the things he did. You think of David and Goliath, or the way he defended the people of Israel, or the good choices he made, the way he honored God. He would dance and worship and praise God. Some of these psalms have great verses of praise in them. And so David was known for taking care of sheep, taking care of the people of Israel. He became the king. But this time in his life, he is the king, and he kind of gets into some trouble. So what he had done, if you're familiar with his life, he's the king. So he's powerful. He has lots of authority and pull. And he takes this woman named Bathsheba, and she's married, but they commit adultery. He has relations with her. And to cover things up, because she ends up getting pregnant, And the problem was her husband was away fighting battles for David. His name is Uriah. He's one of David's friends, and they call him a mighty warrior. So here is Uriah, David's friend and a soldier, and known as one of the mighty men. He's off, and back at home in Jerusalem, David and Bathsheba are having this affair. Well, she gets pregnant, but he's gone. And obviously this is not going to turn out good. How could she get pregnant if her husband's gone? So you see the problem? Well, David tries to cover it up. And the way he does it is he actually has Uriah killed in battle. They set him up and he is killed. So terrible. So David is involved with adultery. He commits murder, and he hopes it just kind of all goes away. But God doesn't allow things like that. He won't allow us to get away with things. And I don't know if you ever heard that phrase where it says, your sin will find you out. Whatever you sow, you will eventually reap. So the things that we do in our lives, they're eventually going to come back to us. And that is what has happened to David at this time. Things are coming back. So what happens? God says, no, David, you're not going to get away with this. God sends this guy, Nathan. He's a prophet, and he has a message from God for David. And he says, David, God knows what you've done. You tried to hide it and cover it up, but God knows everything. And this is a serious situation. And there ends up being consequences for David. He goes through some real struggles from that point on in his life. I think it cost him the life of one of his children, and just lots of bad things kind of encountered. Again, David's life is a roller coaster, up and down. But in Psalm 51, the verse we're looking at is verse 10, where David, now this we can commend him for. So God confronts David through his prophet Nathan, and the point was to get David to respond for what he had done. And wisely, David goes on and he writes this psalm. And it's really a psalm where David repents. He turns from his sin. He understands what he has done is really awful and terrible. So he confesses his sin to God, and he does repent from it. And so we come to this verse, which I will add it for you now. It's verse 10 from Psalm 51. And David says in the middle of the psalm, I think the psalm is about 20 verses, he says, create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. So David has sinned greatly, and he recognizes that he has sinned. And we know, we've talked about before, nothing is hidden from God. He knows everything we do, everything we think, all our motives, all that kind of stuff. God knows about it all. So David is in this place. He's miserable. He's sorrowful about what he'd done. He confesses to God here in this psalm. And this is a great example for us to follow. We all, for me, my first thoughts when David, how could you do these things? But you know what? The truth is we're all capable of doing things that are really, really awful at times. And of course, we want to try our best to avoid that. But the point is, when we fail, and we all do, right? We all sin, we all fail. The point is that we have a willingness to confess, recognize that we have failed, and have a heart to want to change. And so that's where David is at in this. His sin had caused great harm. He's in trouble with God, but David wants a change. And what did the verse say? He goes there and he prays. He's talking to God. He's saying to God, create in me a pure heart. Now that word create, if you have ever read your Bible, the first verse in the Bible, Genesis 1:1, it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The word is, in Hebrew, is bara. And bara means to create out of nothing. Now, who can create something out of nothing? So if you just have nothing and you try to create anything, are you going to be able to do it? No. Am I going to be able to do it? No. But who can do it? God can do it. And so here, David wants a pure heart. And none of us could create a pure heart ourselves, but he's asking God to do it. So David is asking God, hey, I want you to make a pure heart. Give me a pure heart. And God can create it, and God can do it, but we can't by ourselves. So David with his desire to have a pure heart, it's going to take a divine act. God's going to have to step in. And then David says, renew a steadfast spirit within me. So David is saying, renew, the word renew kind of means there is make it like it is, brand new, make it whole. We've talked about being people that have integrity, like we're whole, we're real with God, we're real with people as much as possibly we can be. We're honest and truthful with ourselves. So David is saying, I want you to renew in me. I want to get back to what I'm supposed to be. Obviously, he knew where he had went down this path of sin was not good. It was wrong for him. It was wrong for Bathsheba. It was wrong for Uriah. It was, our sin. When we commit sins, lots of time it does affect the people around us. So David realized that, but he's asking God, renew my spirit. And renew, it says, renew a steadfast spirit within me. So he's wanting to be steadfast, being like committed, to be right. I want to be right with you, God. I want to have a steadfast spirit connected to you. So David is asking God to change his heart, to change his spirit. These are good things. When we get off track, we want to make sure that we get back on track with God. And you know what? The great thing is when we follow the Lord, that our Heavenly Father, he wants to forgive us. He wants to renew us. He wants to restore us. He wants to do amazing things in our lives. He wants to give us a pure heart. All we have to do is have that desire. So God kind of initiates that side, that we know forgiveness is available. God will work in our lives, but as we know these things are there for us, it's up to us to respond and take that step, saying, God, I want to change. God, I want that pure heart. God, I want to have a renewed spirit where I'm steadfast, where I'm really committed to you. So these are important things that, as we're thinking about this, we want to learn that lesson that we want to go to God. We want to go to him for help. We're very dependent upon him. We can't change ourselves. We can't do these things by ourselves. And so God is looking for us to call upon him and turn to him, that we would have hearts that are pure and clean and contrite heart. If you read the whole chapter, it's very fantastic. I think there's another verse. Oh, it says, so sometimes we think maybe our sin separates us from God, and it does. But in Romans, I think this is chapter 8, it says that there's nothing that can keep us from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus. So that is a great thing to know. No matter what we've done, like what David had done, did it keep him from God? No. Were there consequences? Yes. But the same thing for us. Might there be some consequences for our failures, our shortcomings? Yes. But can we still go to the Lord and seek to be restored and be connected to him? Yes. That would be the lesson for us to learn. No matter what we have done, God is there. He's willing to welcome us back when we just come to him with that heart, that desire that we want him to work in our life. So I hope that you would be able to take that away today. No matter what you've done, no matter where you are spiritually or what's going on in your life, if you feel distant from God right now, you have the opportunity to be restored and be reconnected to him. All you have to do is ask. Have that willingness to ask and seek, and then see what God will do. I think that is a great thing for us to put into practice today. And then there was earlier in that chapter 51, where David really did confess his sin. And that would be wise for us to do as well. So, maybe there's something I haven't been thinking about that is so great, or maybe there's some actions that I have done. I don't want those things to keep me away from the Lord. All I have to do is confess and bring him, follow David's example. That'll be the great thing when you read Psalm 51 all the way through, is just kind of follow the example that David has set for us. It really will make a difference, knowing that nothing can keep us separated from God's love. That is a wonderful and powerful thing to know and hold on to. So again, as David had ups and downs, we're going to have ups and downs in lives too. That's just the way things go. All right. But know that we can always come back to the Lord, no matter what, no matter what, always know that. Okay, that's it for Take Two Tuesday today. I hope to see you on Thursday night for Stephanie's Crafting Corner. Make sure you join us. That will be fun. Later in the week, we'll have new items on the website. And the 1st is Saturday. Halloween's Friday. Saturday, new club stamps and dies, a new release. We'll have lots of fun later on in the week. Have a great and wonderful day. Thanks, everybody who hung out with me. I appreciate it. And for spending the time here. Take this chapter and read it on your own. I think it's really powerful. Psalm 51. You see a life where things had kind of gone wrong, and yet a heart to want to be right with God, to have a pure heart, to have a renewed spirit, a commitment to God. I hope we all have that today. Really want to live our lives for the Lord and really be committed to Him. Best thing we could do. Best thing we could do. All right. Have a wonderful day. That's the end of Take Two Tuesday. I am off. Got to get back to work around here. And again, thanks for joining me. Have a fun day, awesome day, whatever you are doing. Enjoy your blessings. Remember that Jesus loves you. All right. That's important to know. And me. He loves me too. I got to remind myself some of the time of that. All right. Okay. I'm out of here. God bless you all. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.